So, very good morning students. In the previous session we have seen the dry theory of corrosion, but before going to see the today's session, let us just recall what is meant by the dry theory of corrosion. Dry theory of corrosion is nothing but the corrosion of the metal in the presence of chemical in the environment or in the absence of moisture in the environment. That is called dry theory of corrosion. The dry theory of corrosion is classifying into three types. One is the oxidation corrosion, corrosion of the metal with another gases, liquid metallic corrosion. Yes, so that is the dry theory of corrosion. Now let us see the next topic. Next theory, that is wet theory of corrosion. Wet theory of corrosion is also called as electrochemical corrosion. The word electrochemical is also called as galvanic corrosion. So, electrochemical corrosion is also called as galvanic corrosion. But we know what is meant by galvanic cell or galvanic corrosion. In the previous session we have seen what is meant by the bimetallic corrosion. What is the bimetallic corrosion? Bimetallic corrosion is nothing but when the two dissimilar metals are exposing to the environment, the metal which is top position in electrochemical series is the active metal and acting as the anode undergo corrosion. The metal which is bottom position in electrochemical series is acting as a cathode and protected from the corrosion. That is meant by the bimetallic corrosion or the galvanic corrosion. So, it is similar to galvanic corrosion. Let us see what is the wet theory of corrosion. But before that, wet corrosion is nothing but corrosion of the metal with moisture in the environment. Corrosion of the metal with moisture in the environment is called the wet theory of corrosion or wet corrosion. But here, when the metal is exposing to the moisture, here moisture is nothing but electrolyte. Moisture in the environment is acting as the electrolyte. So, when the metal is exposing to the moisture in the environment, that means electrolyte in the environment, maybe some portion of the metal is exposing to the electrolyte and the remaining portion is not exposing to the electrolyte. So, that also we have seen in differential aeration. In differential aeration, what happens when we dip the metal in the electrolyte or when we dip the metal in the water, some of the metal is exposing to the environment and the remaining metal is not exposing to the environment, or some of the metal is exposing to the electrolyte and the remaining metal is not exposing to the electrolyte. That means in the same metal, some portion of the metal is acting as a anode and the remaining metal is acting as a cathode. So, just let us assume this part is acting as a cathode and this part is acting as the anode. But we know where the corrosion takes place. Where the corrosion generally takes place? Corrosion generally takes place at anode, and wherever the part is cathode, that part is protecting from the corrosion. So, here this part is going to undergo corrosion, and whereas this part is going to be protected from the corrosion. So, in wet theory of corrosion or electrochemical corrosion, when the metal is exposing to the electrolyte, some part of the metal is acting as an anode and the remaining part of the metal is acting as a cathode. The metal which is less exposed part is acting as the anode and undergo corrosion. The metal which is more exposed part is acting as a cathode and protected from the corrosion. Yes. So, here the corrosion product. What is the corrosion product here? Corrosion product is nothing but the rust formation. So, here corrosion product is generally formed at the middle portion of anode and the cathode. So, where is the middle portion? This is the middle portion of anode and the cathode. So, the rust is forming in between anode and the cathode. So, here rust is the corrosion product. So, in the same metal we are having two different parts, that means some part is anode and the other part is cathode. So, the wet theory of corrosion is also called as the galvanic corrosion. So, we are having one of the best example for wet theory of corrosion. The best example is rusting of iron. Already we have seen the rusting of iron in dry theory of corrosion. In dry theory of corrosion, we know when the metal is exposing to the oxygen, an oxide layer is forming on the surface of the metal. So, you know how the oxide layer, so a layer is forming on the surface of the metal. So, there are various types of oxide layers are there. One of the oxide layer is porous oxide layer. So, iron is going to be formed the porous oxide layer on the surface of the iron. Yes. So, iron is undergo corrosion either in the absence of moisture or in the presence of moisture. Yes. Here we are taking the example for the corrosion in the presence of moisture in the environment. So, here rusting of iron in the presence of moisture. So, assume this is the iron. So, here iron is undergo corrosion either in the presence of moisture or in the absence of moisture. So, now we have taken the example in the presence of moisture. So, here moisture is nothing but electrolyte. So, here electrolyte is maybe acid or base or neutral solution. So, we are having three types of electrolytes: acid, base or neutral. So, maybe the iron is exposed to acid or base or the neutral solution. Yes, but we know that when the metal is exposing to acid or base or the neutral solution, the process of the reaction will not be same, because the rust formation or the corrosion formation is depending on the nature of the electrolyte. So, the mechanism will be different based on the electrolytic solution. Yes. So, here based on the electrolytic solution, there are two types of mechanism. One is evolution of hydrogen and the absorption of oxygen. So, on which basis? Based on the nature of electrolyte. Maybe the electrolyte is acid or maybe the electrolyte is base or the neutral solution. So, if the metal is reacting with acid, that means if metal is exposing to the acid, evolution of hydrogen takes place. But when the metal is exposing to base or the neutral solution, oxygen is absorbing from the environment. So, there are two types of mechanisms. You know what is mean by the mechanism? The process of the reaction. So, there are two types of mechanism. When the metal is reacting with the acid, hydrogen is evoluting, evolutant is nothing but releasing. But when metal is exposing to base or the neutral solution, oxygen is absorbing from the environment. So, let us see one by one evolution of hydrogen and the absorption of oxygen. So, the first one, evolution of hydrogen. So, we know hydrogen is evoluting in the presence of acidic medium. So, in the presence of acid, hydrogen is evoluting. Yes. So, here when the metal is exposing to the acid, so assume this is acid. When the metal is exposing to the acid, the iron metal is acting as anode and the metal which is coated with the acid is acting as the cathode. So, assume only some part of the metal is coating with the acid. So, assume this part is only coating with the acid and the remaining part is not spreading with the acid. That means the part which is coated or spreading with the acid is acting as the cathode and the remaining metal which is not coated or not spreading with the acid is acting as the anode. That means the pure metal, that means pure iron metal is acting as the anode and the metal which is spreading with the acid is acting as the cathode. So, here the iron metal is undergo corrosion and the acid is undergo reduction in the presence of acid. Yes. So now let us see the reactions takes place at anode and cathode in evolution of hydrogen. So I said anode is the pure iron. So pure iron is acting as the anode here. So iron is losing 2 electrons to produce Fe plus 2. That means this portion and this portion is acting as the anode. So at this portion oxidation takes place, and at this portion also oxidation takes place. That means electrons are releasing at the pure iron. Now here this is the acid. Acid is nothing but the solution which contains H plus ions. So here the H plus ions are participating in the reaction at cathode. So which is acting as a cathode here? H plus ions are acting as a cathode. So here acid is nothing but H plus ions. This is acid. Now this acid is gaining the 2 electrons from anode. So when it is gaining the 2 electrons, hydrogen is evoluting. That means hydrogen is releasing. So at anode oxidation reaction takes place. So iron is losing 2 electrons to produce Fe plus 2. Now the cathode is acid spreaded part or acid coated part. So the acid is gaining the 2 electrons from the anode and releasing the hydrogen. So now by adding anodic reaction and the cathodic reaction, we will get overall reaction. So here 2 electrons gets cancelled. So we can write Fe plus 2H plus giving rise to Fe plus 2 plus hydrogen. Yes. So this is in the form of rust or in the form of corrosion. Yes. So corrosion is nothing but it is one of the process. The rust is nothing but the brown layer is forming on the surface of the metal. Yes. So this is the product is forming in between anode and the cathode. So that is evolution of hydrogen. So in evolution of hydrogen, hydrogen is releasing in the presence of acid, and here in evolution of hydrogen, anodic part is more and cathodic part is less. So now let us see the next one, that is absorption of oxygen. So I said oxygen is absorbing in the presence of base or the neutral medium. So absorption of oxygen. So oxygen is absorbing either in the presence of basic medium or in the neutral medium. So when the iron rod or iron material is exposing to the base or the neutral medium, like in previous, the metal is not spreading or not coating with the base or the neutral medium or not reacting with the base or the neutral medium, but it is absorbing oxygen from the environment when it is in the presence of base or the neutral medium. In the base or neutral solutions are spreading the entire surface of the metal, not like acid. So here the acid is not spreading the entire metal, it is sticking at the particular position. But whereas base or the neutral solution, it is spreading on the entire surface of the metal except at the pores or the cracks portion. Assume it is having some crack. And this portion is not spreading with acid or the neutral medium, base or the neutral medium, and the remaining part is coating with the base or the neutral medium. So I said the part which is coating or spreading with the solution is acting as the cathode, and the part which is pure iron is acting as the anode. That means the pure iron is acting as the anode here, and the part which is coating with the base or the neutral solution is acting as the cathode. Yes. So same like evolution of hydrogen, even in absorption of oxygen also the anodic reaction is same, because the pure iron is acting as the anode. So the same reaction takes place at anode. But here only the cathodic part is different. So here the cathodic part is absorbing oxygen from the environment. So of oxygen plus 2 electrons. So where the 2 electrons are there? The 2 electrons are releasing at anode. These 2 electrons are absorbing oxygen in the presence of neutral medium. That means the water solution, and producing 2 hydroxyl ions. So what reaction takes place at anode? At anode, Fe giving rise to Fe plus 2 plus 2 electrons, and this is the reaction at cathode. Now these 2 electrons are absorbed by the water molecule in the presence of oxygen, because oxygen is absorbed at the cathode. So now by adding these 2 reactions, 2 electrons gets cancelled. So now we can write Fe plus half O2 plus H2O giving rise to Fe plus 2 plus 2OH minus. Now this can be written as FeOH taken twice, that is ferrous hydroxide. Now this ferrous hydroxide is unstable, again it is reacting with the moisture in the environment and also absorbing oxygen. So this ferrous hydroxide again reacting with the oxygen and also reacting with the water and finally producing ferric hydroxide, that is FeOH taken 3. And this ferric hydroxide is decomposing to Fe2O3 3H2O, that is the rust formation. So here in the absorption of oxygen at cathode, oxygen is absorbing from the environment, but whereas in the acidic medium hydrogen is releasing. Yes, so these are the 2 types of mechanisms in the wet theory of corrosion. One is absorption of oxygen and the evolution of hydrogen. So now let us see the next topic, that is factors affecting on rate of corrosion. So let us see the next topic, factors affecting on rate of corrosion. So we know what is mean by the corrosion. Corrosion is nothing but destruction of the metal with unwanted impurities in the environment. So we know that there are 2 mediums are playing an important role in the corrosion. One is a metal and another one is the environment. Yes, so these are playing an important role in the corrosion. So there are 2 factors which are affecting on rate of corrosion. One is nature of metal and another one is nature of environment. So the first one is nature of metal. The first one is nature of metal and the second one is nature of environment or nature of atmosphere. These are the 2 factors affecting on rate of corrosion. Just a minute. So the first factor is nature of metal and the second factor is nature of environment or nature of atmosphere. So in nature of metal we are having various factors. The first one is position of metal in galvanic series. Position of metal in galvanic series. And the second one, relative areas of anode and the cathode. Relative areas of anode and cathode. And the next one, purity of metal. Purity of metal. And the next one, nature of oxide layer. Nature of oxide layer. And these are the 4 factors under nature of metal. And another one is nature of atmosphere or nature of environment. In nature of environment, there are 3 factors. One is the pH level. And the second one is moisture. And the last one is temperature. So these are the 3 factors which are depending on the rate of the corrosion. So, there are two factors which are affecting on rate of corrosion. One is the nature of metal and another one is nature of environment. In nature of metal, we are having the four factors. One is position of metal in the galvanic series, the purity of metal, relative areas of anode and the cathode, and nature of oxide layer. Whereas in nature of environment, there are three factors. One is pH, moisture and the temperature. So, let us see one by one. The first factor in nature of metal is position of metal in galvanic series. But before that, you know what is mean by electrochemical series. What is electrochemical series? Electrochemical series is nothing but it is one of the series. In this series, we are arranging various metals in the decreasing order of reduction potentials or in the increasing order of oxidation potentials on hydrogen scale. And here in electrochemical series, the reference electrode is a hydrogen electrode. Because of that only the hydrogen electrode is in the middle in electrochemical series. In middle we are having the hydrogen electrode, above hydrogen we are having some electrodes, below hydrogen also we are having some electrodes. But whereas hydrogen is the reference electrode, based on hydrogen electrode potential only we have calculated the electrode potentials of the remaining electrodes. That is electrochemical series. So, galvanic series also similar to electrochemical series, but in electrochemical series the hydrogen electrode is the reference electrode, whereas in the galvanic series saturated calomel electrode is the reference electrode. That means by using saturated calomel electrode we can calculate the electrode potentials of various electrodes in the galvanic series, but the remaining concept and the remaining things are equal in electrochemical series and the galvanic series. So, we know from electrochemical series the top metals are acting as the anode, bottom metals are acting as a cathode. Same in galvanic series also, the top metals always acting as the anode and the bottom metals are acting as the cathode. So, here position of metal in galvanic series. So, if the metal is in the top position in galvanic series acting as the anode, undergo corrosion, and if the metal is in the bottom position in a galvanic series acting as the cathode and protected from the corrosion. That is position of metal in galvanic series. So, top metals anode undergo corrosion, bottom metals cathode protected from the corrosion. The next one, relative areas of anode and the cathode. So, already we have seen in the wet theory of corrosion. In wet theory of corrosion, we have seen the two mechanisms. One is the evolution of hydrogen and the absorption of oxygen. In evolution of hydrogen, anodic part is more, cathodic part is less. Yes. So, here this is the anodic part and this is the cathodic part. More anodic part. Whereas in absorption of oxygen, anodic part is less, cathodic part is more. So, if the anodic part is less, the dust particles or the electrolyte wants to react very fastly if the area is very less. But when the area is more, the dust particles can react with the metal at any time. So, the speed, the rate of the reacting of the dust particles with metal is less when the anodic part is more. But when anodic part is less, the dust particles wants to react with the metal immediately. So, the speed is more, the speed of reactivity is more with dust particles and the metal. So, here in relative areas of anode and the cathode, if the anode portion is less, the rate of corrosion is more. But when the anodic portion is more, the rate of corrosion is less. And the next one, purity of metal. But we know that pure metal is unstable. pure metal is not existing in the environment because the pure metal is thermodynamically unstable. So, that is the reason metal immediately reacting with the dust particles and undergo corrosion. Yes, that we have seen in the introduction of corrosion. That is the reason metal is not existing in the environment, only alloys are existing in the environment. Yes. So, in purity of metal, if the metal is pure, rate of corrosion is less, but corrosion is more. When the metal is less pure, that means impure, the rate of corrosion is more, but corrosion is less. Yes. And the next one, nature of oxide layer, that we have seen in the previous class in the Pilling-Bedwards rule. What we know from the Pilling-Bedwards rule? If specific ratio is more. What is specific ratio? It is the ratio of metal oxide volume and the metal volume. That is a specific ratio. This is the oxide layer and this is the metal. In nature of oxide layer, if oxide layer volume is more than the metal, metal is protective, metal is not undergo corrosion, but the rate of corrosion is more. But when the oxide layer volume is less than the metal, metal is non-protective, metal undergo corrosion, but the rate of corrosion is less. Yes. So, here corrosion and the rate of corrosion, these two are inversely proportional to each other. Yes. So, that is nature of metal. And the next one, nature of atmosphere or nature of environment. The first one, pH. This also we have seen now. If pH is less than 7, acidic medium. If pH is greater than 7, neutral medium. If pH is equals to 7, greater than 7, base. If pH is equals to 7, neutral medium. But now we have seen the reactivity of metal with electrolyte in the wet theory of corrosion. When the metal is reacting with the acid, cathodic portion is less, but anodic portion is more. But when the metal is reacting with neutral or basic solution, anodic part is less, but cathodic part is more. Yes. So, from that we can say that if pH is less than 7, anodic part is more, cathodic part is less. But we know from here, if anodic part is more, corrosion is more, but rate of corrosion is less. But if pH is greater than 7 or equals to 7, the anodic part is less, cathodic part is more. But when anodic part is less, corrosion is less, but the rate of corrosion is more. Next one, moisture. More moisture, more corrosion. Less moisture, less corrosion. But the more moisture, the rate of corrosion is less. Less moisture, the rate of corrosion is more. Next, temperature. At high temperature, what about the moisture? At high temperature, moisture is less. That means corrosion also less, but the rate of corrosion is more. At low temperature, moisture is more, corrosion also more, but rate of corrosion is less. That is nature of environment. Yes. So, there are two factors which are involving in the rate of corrosion: nature of metal, nature of environment. In nature of metal, the first factor is position of metal in galvanic series. In galvanic series, if the metal is in the top position, corrosion is more, rate of corrosion is less. But if the metal is in the bottom position in electrochemical series, corrosion is less, but rate of corrosion is more. Next one, relative areas of anode and cathode. More anodic part, more corrosion, but less rate of corrosion. Less anodic portion, less corrosion, but more rate of corrosion. Purity of metal, If the metal is pure, more corrosion but less rate of corrosion. If the metal is impure, corrosion is less but rate of corrosion is more. Nature of oxide layer. If oxide layer volume is more, metal is protective, rate of corrosion is more. If oxide layer volume is less than the metal volume, metal is non-protective, corrosion is more but rate of corrosion is less. In nature of environment, pH, moisture and the temperature. If pH is less than 7, acidic portion. In acidic portion, corrosion is more, rate of corrosion is less. But if pH is more than or equals to 7, corrosion is less, rate of corrosion is more. Moisture, more corrosion, less moisture, less corrosion. More moisture, rate of corrosion is less moisture, rate of corrosion is more. High temperature, rate of corrosion is more, low temperature, rate of corrosion is less. Yes, so that is factors affecting on a rate of corrosion. So whatever the topics I explained today, these two topics are very important in the external examination. Thank you so much.